Okay. All right. So again, I'm not an expert, but let's go ahead and do some grooming, kids. So what I typically mainly do is, so my beard has grown out quite a bit, right? I don't have anything growing here. There's a lot of little strands that kind of like grow awkwardly here. And just so that it's not in the way and I don't scare you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put the beanie back on. And you don't want to ever pull like I just did on your hair system either. Just FYI, you never want to do that because you don't want to rip the strands out. So that's a bad move. Feels good, don't do it. You can touch it. They say not to touch it too much with oils, but you can touch it. In fact, when I went to the convention, which I was a hair model for the convention, one of the other models, one of his not tricks, but one of his sort of like one of his techniques to sort of sell the idea is he always like touches his hair too. He has no qualms or quarrels about brushing it back, and his hair does grow from the side, so his hair is beautiful. He can just do that, and it looks great. But you never want to like do that with the beanie the way I just did. Don't want to do that because it's just gonna ruin. It's gonna pull out the strands. As far as the beard goes, like I said, so I don't grow anything here, and I do grow some strands here. So I'm pretty much just gonna shape it because I don't want to cut it necessarily. I like the way it's looking, but I do want to make sure it's tamed a little. I don't want to look like I'm not like it keeps getting in my mouth and stuff. And so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and so typically what you want to have is a towel. It's going to do wonders for you. I don't have a towel, so I'm going to use what I have, which is this mask. And you want to use hot water. So my sister actually has hot water. I don't have hot water at my house. So it kind of like, kind of hurts the whole thing. But just let it run for a second. Maybe get some hot water going up in here. But yeah, steam. As you can tell the name of this video should probably be steam everything because steam is going to be your best friend. You steam to tame. Once you steam your hair, you're going to see just how much more manageable it becomes. It becomes more malleable, more easy to just maneuver through. You can run your fingers through it. It just becomes easier to deal with. And in fact, if you've noticed, a lot of times that's what they'll do when they cut your hair anyway. They always wet your hair because it's easier to just handle and maneuver and manage and all that that goes with that. It's getting there. It's nice and hot, nice and warm. But yeah, you mainly, like you said, do what you can with what you got. So this is what I have right now. It's this mask. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that mask nice and soaked. I guess it's not as little water phobic. It's my first time doing it with this mask, so it's not like I planned for it this way. And in fact, it works because it's gonna go over my face anyway, so that I didn't even think of that, but yeah. But it's gonna actually do the same thing. Steam. Oh, it's not. But if you can't, it's not porous, obviously. It's getting there. It's a little hydrophobic. I'm assuming the layer of protection there. Just do that number, mainly trying to wet it with hot water. Steam it as much as possible. If you can, obviously, grab, the towel and just literally steam it. Like so. But with a towel is better. But yeah, so obviously you don't need to say, but you can tell it's already getting darker, the hair. It looks more straight. Whatever. But yeah, so it becomes more manageable, more tamed. Let's see. I don't have like, obviously I don't have the prowess or like the tech, but and so I can't do a side by side. But if you guys wanted to freeze frame, you could. It just looks way different, you know. And even that wasn't really like the steaming process. Grab a towel, make sure it's nice and well, grab a towel what you can bear. Like don't go burning yourself either. That's not what it's about. Beauty hurts, but no, not like that. So grab a towel, nice and warm, and just put it over your beard or on your head, and just hold it for a second or two. You'll see the barbers use that technique, so it's not like I'm, inventing this out of whole cloth or whatever. I'm gonna just build some water there, so I'm just gonna. Okay, beautiful. Because now my house, I gotta make sure it's nice and clean. Yeah. So you can see like this hair grows kind of like, whatever. But yeah, so that's that. So it's a little more tamed now. What I do personally is I don't like these hairs growing over my lips. I think that they don't look very good. I know some guys do look because of the fact that I don't have anything here. I just don't like this part going over my lips because I think it accentuates the whatever. So what I like to do is I like to trim. Some people kind of like, I've noticed they'll shape it this way, but inevitably so, some of these stray hairs kind of just do their own thing, and I don't like that. So maybe shape it with your fingers first, the way you want it to look, and trim around it, right? So, boom, 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 that. Let's see. So I have this, I don't have very much. This is from TJ Maxx. I got it years ago, like 2-3 years ago, probably longer. But yeah, first I'm gonna go for the easy stuff, which I know already that I wanna make sure I trim these lip hairs because again, I don't like the look of lip hairs over, because it kind of gets tamed, but if you don't have like the beard gel and I don't use any of that stuff, so it's just gonna come back. So I need to go ahead and shave that off. I'm gonna just making sure I got the. Don't do that. That hurt. So I don't ever go over the lip either. This as long as it's been, that's why I'm having a little bit of trouble. Usually, I'm just gonna do what I usually do because that hurt. So it's literally above the line. You see, my lip has a. Oh, that looks weird. I promise it's nothing weird. But my lip has a little ridge right here, and it's above that ridge that I go ahead and do it. So, like so. See already a vast difference, right? And it's just cleaning up that upper lip. So, boom, boom, boom. Let's do it again. Okay. So my lips are clean and free. Exactly. That's what you want. At least that's what I want. I don't want hairs all over my lips. Okay. Yeah, you see where I'm going to hit myself with the thing. So that's that, right? Again, going over the lip, making sure that the ridge is clean. How I like to tell another tell is when I smile, there should be nothing going over my lips. And that's another good way to tell too. mainly commonsensical. You notice people, and you notice when they smile, and you take a look at them. And if you sit there and be like, oh wow, there's a strand of hair that's going over that person's lip as a smile, detracts from the presentation of oneself, because now you're focused on the hair on the lip, not on the person. That's how I see it anyway, because that's how my mind would travel to. And again, some people look really nice like that. I prefer this look for what it is. So clean the upper lip. Now we're gonna go and clean this part over here. Want to make sure that I'm cleaning up all the strays. I'm only letting the concentrated hair stay, because that's the hair that needs to stay anyway. But I'm gonna go check on my my clothes, because I came to do some laundry here at my sister's house. So I'll be back.